Hello everyone and welcome to my channel YNR Trends. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The December 1st, 2025 occasion of the young and the restless erupts into raw, undressed chaos as dawn breaks over Genoa City, painting the sky a blood-red tinge that seems to image the pressure splashing through every corner of city. And it begins with Nicki Newman standing alone in the Newman Palace conference room, gaping out at the megacity below as though trying to hold herself together by sheer force of will, her pulsing hands tensing around a glass of untouched water while recollections of the former night's battle with Victor claw at her mind, because for the first time in time she saw commodity flitter behind Victor's eyes that alarmed her. Commodity cold, decisive, and irrevocably final, and the moment she tries to breathe through it, the door bursts open and Victoria storms in with news that sets the tone for the entire explosive occasion. Adam has faded, leaving behind nothing but a cryptic communication scribbled on a torn runner from Victor's old journal, a communication that reads, "The Verity always returns home," and the instant Victoria's voice breaks on the words, Nicki feels her stomach twist, because she knows this isn't just Adam lashing out or carrying another dramatic exit. This is a protestation, a warning, a battle cry, and conceivably the morning of a war that no bone in the family is prepared for, especially as whispers from Newman Media report that several classified lines were penetrated moments before Adam dissolved, lines that could destroy not only Victor's heritage but the entire Newman conglomerate if released. And while Nicki tries to undergird herself, in another part of city Sharon Rosala's way inside Crimson Lights long before opening hours, ignorant that fate is preparing to drag her into the Newman storm again, though she formerly feels an earthquake in her casket when she finds a small black envelope slipped under the cafe door addressed to her in handwriting she'd fate anywhere, Adam's, and indeed though she tells herself she shouldn't open it, she rips it open with pulsing fritters and unfolds a single distance of paper containing only one judgment: help me before it's too late. The moment she reads it, Sharon feels the bottom cock. She tries to move herself. This is Adam manipulating her feelings again, pulling her into another dangerous web. But the despair in the communication is unmistakable, and before she can stop herself she's grabbing her fleece and heading straight toward the one person she swore she wouldn't involve in this, Nick Newman, who at that veritably moment is standing in the doorway of Noah's art plant, firmed as he listens to his son reveal a secret that could shatter the remaining ties in their formerly fractured family, because Noah, pale and exhausted, confesses that Adam visited him 2 days ago with a USB drive containing recordings of Victor's private exchanges, videotapes that indicate the primogenitor may have been orchestrating a covert operation in Genoa City that involves Tucker McCall, Audra Charles, and a mysterious coastal account that suddenly entered a 20 million bone deposit moments before Adam faded. And as Noah speaks, Nick feels a dread sinking into him like mesh, because every instinct tells him Adam didn't run. He was taken or possessed, and just as he tries to reuse it, Sharon bursts into the room breathlessly holding Adam's note, and when Nick reads it, his palpitation harpoons because the timing is too precise, too advised, too dangerous. Meanwhile across city, Victor Newman sits in the Newman estate office, calmly pouring himself a drink as though the world isn't sluggishly blistering beneath his basis, his expression undecipherable as he renewals the security footage Adam left before, footage that shows Adam standing in the Newman lobby, gaping directly into the camera with a admixture of fury and anguish, saying only 5 nipping words, "The Verity belongs to me," before the feed suddenly cuts out, leaving Victor to wonder not just what Adam knows but who's helping him. Yet the storm doesn't stop there, because Phyllis Summers, who has been digging into Tucker's unforeseen rejuvenescence in Genoa City, barges into Chancellor Winter's headquarters with a mound of documents that shoot ripples of chaos through the entire commercial world, substantiation suggesting Tucker has been still acquiring shell companies linked to Newman Enterprises, Jabot, and indeed Chancellor Winters. And when Devon reads the lines, his heart sinks because it becomes clear Tucker's plans aren't just vengeance, they are full-scale commercial obliteration, and the missing link between Tucker's plan and Adam's exposure suddenly becomes insolvable to ignore. At the Abbott manse, Jack is blindsided when Kyle storms in, furious and breathless, slamming his phone on the table after entering a recording from an unknown number. Adam's voice, distorted but unmistakably Adam's, advising Kyle that someone inside Jabot has betrayed them, someone feeding Tucker information, someone Kyle trusts but shouldn't. And when Kyle plays the communication for Jack, all color drains from Jack's face as he realizes the treason may be coming from within the Abbott family itself. a disclosure that threatens to rip the company piecemeal. And just as the pressure in Genoa City reaches a breaking point, Chancellor receives a call from a block number while sitting inside the GCPD, and when he answers he hears nothing but heavy breathing, until a single judgment crackles through the static: "You're running out of time." Chance incontinently orders a trace and begins coordinating with the FBI, convinced Adam's exposure is connected to a much larger plot unfolding beneath the face of the megacity. But the most ruinous blow comes near the end of the occasion when Victoria returns to Newman Enterprises for a board meeting only to discover an exigency alert transferred to every shareholder: a leak of fiscal records, internal memos and non-public emails, supposedly released by Adam moments before his exposure, now submerging investment forums and media outlets, hanging to collapse the company overnight. And as she gapes at the defenses showing Newman's stock sinking in real time, Victoria feels the air leave her lungs as she whispers the words she hoped she'd no way have to say again: "He's coming for all of us." Meanwhile, Nikki, unfit to bear the pressure, flees to the estate forces where she breaks down and heartbreaks, induced the family is about to face its darkest chapter yet. And just when she thinks she's alone, a shadow slips behind her. Someone watching her, someone staying, and as the camera kissers to black, the final sound of the occasion is Nikki's sharp inhale of terror, leaving observers heaving as they realize the peril circling the Newman family is far near and far more minatory than anyone anticipated, setting the stage for a December plot packed with falsehoods, backstabbings, discoveries, and a verity that, formerly revealed, will tear Genoa City piecemeal. Nikki's breath catches in her throat as the shadow behind her elevation closer in the dimly lit forces, the scent of hay thick in the air as her pulsing hands grip the edge of a rustic post, her mind contending with every horrifying possibility of who could be standing just out of sight. And the moment she turns, a cold surge surges through her when she sees not Victor, not Adam, not indeed someone she recognizes, but a altitudinous, hooded figure wearing black gloves and standing impeccably still, watching her with an agitating silence that feels nearly inhuman. And when the figure eventually speaks, the voice is disguised downward, distorted, mechanical, transferring a jolt of fear down her chine as they brute. "The family has been advised." Nikki tries to scream but her voice falters, a small strangled sound escaping her as she stumbles backward, and before she can call for help, the figure slips out through the aft exit of the forces with a speed that leaves her frozen, clinging her casket as she collapses onto a near bench, her mind twisting as she realizes Adam's exposure, the commercial leaks, and this portentous meddler are each connected by vestments she cannot yet see. Meanwhile, across Genoa City, Victor's fury reaches its boiling point inside the estate office as he hurls a glass against the fireplace, watching it shatter into spangling shards while Victoria tries to calm him down. But Victor, his voice a dangerous low grumble, insists that someone is orchestrating a advised attack, not just on Newman Enterprises, but on the entire Newman family. And the moment he mentions the words, "internal treason," Victoria feels a bite reach through her because, for the first time, she wonders if the peril isn't coming from Adam at each, but from someone using Adam as a pawn in a much larger, far deadlier scheme. As they argue, Nick storms into the room, his jaw gripped, shoving Adam's note into Victor's hands, demanding that his father stop pretending and start telling the verity about what he's been hiding, because Nick knows Victor has secrets, but he no way imagined they could be secrets worth killing for, and Victor's silence only confirms what Nick stressed most. There is commodity Victor did, commodity in his history or his business dealings, that has now come back with enough force to tear their entire family piecemeal. Meanwhile, Sharon is at Crimson Lights, pacing and twisting her hands as Noah tries to calm her down. But Sharon can't shake the feeling that Adam reached out to her because he truly believed she was the only bone who could save him, an emotional connection she allowed. She had eventually disassociated, and yet there she is, pulsing, replaying every moment of their involved history, realizing that whatever peril Adam is facing now, he tried to advise her about it before he dissolved. At Jabot, Jack's world is spinning out of control as he and Kyle sift through the cryptic communication Adam left before, and the more they crack, the further Jack realizes that the treason inside Jabot isn't just simple disloyalty, it's strategic, purposeful, and part of a bigger assault designed to undermine every major power player in Genoa City contemporaneously, including the Newman family, the Abbotts, and indeed Chancellor Winters. And when Kyle insists they defy the board, incontinently, Jack stops him, his voice cracking with fear as he confesses that there's one person, one trusted supporter, who had access to the exact lines that were blurted to Tucker, and the moment Kyle realizes who Jack means, the bottom drops out from beneath him because the name Jack whispers is someone Kyle no way imagined would turn on them, someone who has everything to gain from destroying the family business. Across city at Chancellor Winters, the chaos only escalates as Lily and Devon argue over how to respond to the breach in their systems, and when Phyllis bursts in to reveal that Tucker made contact with an unknown operative hours before Adam faded, Devon's hands shake with a fury he can slightly contain, because the idea that his own father is working with someone able of kidnapping Adam, someone who has sneaked not just companies but families, makes him sick with rage. But also an unanticipated twist sends shockwaves through the entire occasion. Chancellor arrives at the estate with news that the call he entered before the bone that said, "You're running out of time," began from a burner phone located in a storehouse in the artificial quarter, and when he brings Victor, Nick, and Victoria to the position, they find signs of a violent struggle, a broken brace of spectacles that look eerily like Adam's, a blood-stained scrap of fabric, and a wall covered with published prints of the Newman family, some with red X's slashed across them, on with review pairings detailing once dishonors, suits, and conflicts, all arranged like some crazed conspiracy chart. And the centerpiece of the display, a large print of Victor, has the words "Debt Overdue" scribbled across it in thick black essay, a communication that leaves Victor white with fury. But the darkest moment of the occasion comes when Chance discovers a retired panel behind the wall, and when he pries it open, they find a USB drive labeled only with a single date, December 1st, 25 moments date, and when Victoria demands they play it incontinently, Chance loads it into his tablet, and the footage that appears sends the entire family into a stupefied silence. Adam, bruised, exhausted, seated in a dark room, gaping directly into the camera as though reading their souls, brooding. It's not who you suppose. The adversary is formerly outside. Before the feed glitches, distorts, and cuts to black. As Victor swears he'll burn Genoa City to the ground to find who's before all this, Nikki arrives blubbing, screaming that someone was watching her in the forces, and when she describes the figure's height, make, and movements, Chance freezes because the description matches someone they suspect is connected to the exposure of 3 commercial whistleblowers in Chicago months before, an individual known only as the Ghost, a phantom such-like operative who leaves no fingerprints, no tracks, and no survivors. As all these stories collide like a series of eruptions, the occasion heights with one final shocking twist at Newman Media. A power outage sweeps through the structure, plunging everything into darkness, and when the backup creators protest in, Audra Charles enters her office to find her laptop uncorked and a single document open, a contract transferring full control of several major Newman accessories to an unknown pot registered in Singapore. A contract digitally inked not by Adam, but by Victor himself, timestamped 3 hours before, at a time when Victor was apparently at the estate, meaning either Victor is lying, or someone has gained access to his private hand algorithm, an act so dangerous it could affect in civil charges. As the screen fades to black, the final image is Adam's face fluttering on Chance's tablet one last time, his voice slightly audible through static, "Don't trust anyone, not indeed the bones closest to you." And with those cryptic, creepy words, Genoa City is left on the edge of collapse, every alliance cracking, every verity ringing, every character twisting into a maze of treason, vengeance, and secrets that promise an explosive December plot no bystander will see coming.